Two more colors. What do you think? You should have known not too many colors. What about orange? Here, we'll do these. I already got Oh, it's going like faster and faster.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to put together an ArtBot. There are many different ways that you can put this type of project together. I'm going to show you one entry-level place to start in creating an ArtBot. So the first thing we need to do is put together a circuit. Our circuit is going to involve a power pack, so the battery pack. And here's the batteries. Make sure that you put your batteries in the correct way. The flat side of the battery goes against the spring. We need a motor. That's what our batteries are going to power. Let's just do a test to make sure that our batteries are in properly and that our motor is working and our batteries aren't dead. I'm going to touch the two exposed ends of the wires to the two little terminals. The terminals are these little tabs on either side of the motor. Those are the terminals. So let's touch the wires to the terminals. And I'm not sure if you can hear that on the video, but the motor is spinning. Good. Next, to make things a little bit easier for ourselves, let's wire in a switch. So here's our little switch. The switch also has terminals on it. And we want this switch to be in between our battery pack and our motor. So one wire is going to go directly to the terminal on the battery pack. I recommend that you twist the ends of the wire, bend it into a little hook shape like that, and then you can pass that hook through the hole on the terminal. It doesn't matter which terminal you go to. Either one will work fine for this project. And you could, if you're doing this at home with your own parts, you could solder these together. We're not going to solder them together so that we can take it apart again and another class can experiment with these same parts. So instead of soldering, we're just going to take a small piece of masking tape and wrap it around to hold the wire in place on the terminal. There we go. Now on the other side, we're going to go from the battery pack to the switch to the motor. So let's do the same thing, twisting the end of that wire, bending it into a little hook shape, hooking it onto one of the terminals on the switch, and adding on the tape. Now we can put this other small section of wire that we have from the terminal over to the motor. Same procedure. Make a little hook with your wire. Hook it through the hole on the terminal. Pinch it closed. Little piece of tape to hold things in place. Same on the other side. Twisting it and tape. All right. Now let's see if we've done a good job by flipping the switch. And yes, the motor is spinning. Off and on and off. If your motor is not spinning, check that your batteries are in the right way. Check that your connections from your wires to your terminals are secure. And also check that there aren't two wires touching each other. because that'll cause a short circuit. Okay, now that we've got our motor operating, let's put together the chassis of our ArtBot. The chassis is the body that holds everything together. So we're going to use a Solo cup, but again, you can be inventive and find other ways to do this. I'm going to demonstrate it using one of these red plastic Solo cups. I'm going to take a rubber band and put it around the cup like that, one like that. And I'm going to put a second one on there also, like that. And these markers are going to be the feet of our ArtBot. All right. We've got our ArtBot. Its feet, the feet are on, it's standing. I'm also going to add on one of these tongue depressors in there like that. And that'll be something helpful for me to add other parts onto. Now we're ready to add on the motor and the battery pack. So I'm going to, and here's where you really get some choice. You might put your battery pack on here. You might put your battery pack on here. You can figure out what works best for you. I'm going to try it this way. I do these a little bit different every time. Let's see if this way is going to be successful. Okay, so I taped on my battery pack onto the stick, and I taped my motor onto the top of the cup, the chassis. See, make sure everything's still working. Yes, good. But it's not moving. It's not going anywhere yet. I need a counterbalance. I'm going to use this cork as my counterbalance. And I'm going to stick the cork on there. Now let's see what happens. All right, it's moving. I'm going to get this switch going in a different direction here. Let's take the caps off of the feet. See if our ArtBot is ready to make some art. So it's working, it's making some art. It needs some adjustment. So there you go. That's a basic ArtBot. Have fun.
Pink. Grayson, feel my hand. Wait, Grayson, feel my itches. Look at my check. Look at that. Grayson, go feel my hands.
What's the problem? Yeah. It's like